Okay, to start with, I've just cooked up this batch of brine. So it's brown sugar, some salt, and some various herbs and spices. Now we're going to soak the veal in here for about 2 days, and before it goes into the smoker. I'm going to let it cool down, of course, first before I pour it on. Yeah, so what I have here is a veal cube roll, a number of them actually, and the cube roll is probably my favorite cut of beef, or veal in this case. Just due to its richness of flavor and tenderness. It's a perfect balance of both. Anyway, we're going to take this guy, we're going to brine it up, and then smoke it. Now what I have here is a bottle with a needle in it and a bit of my brine. So these are going to sit in the brine as well, but I'm also going to just inject some of it into the meat, which will just help speed up the process of brining a little bit. And the salt and brown sugar mixture will give us a nice shine to the meat, as well as imparting the flavor. And as I've said many times before with the smoking, a bit of brown sugar goes a long way to really improve the absorption of the smoke flavor. Okay, so my veal's been in the brine for about 2.5 days. We're just going to take this out, put it in the smoker. Ah, and the smell that comes out of that bucket is awesome. So we'll pull these out onto the smoker racks, and then these will sit in the smoker for about 4 hours to just slow cook them. Okay, so in here I have a bit of fresh rosemary, some sage, and some oregano. Then I'm going to add just a couple cloves of garlic, a handful of jalapenos. We don't want to make it too spicy, but just to give it a good flavor. That'll go a long ways. And then just a couple of anchovies. Again, it'll give us a little flavor, but without being, you won't really notice the anchovies in there. Stick this in here. Now, a couple weeks ago, Dr. Paul was playing around with some products, and he gave me this jar that he was experimenting with of jalapenos that were stuffed with several different kinds of cheese. And then they were packed in a bit of olive oil. And then they were packed in a little bit of olive oil and some bay leaves and a few other herbs. So I didn't want to throw it away. This is a good use for it right here. It's got some nice infused flavors to it. I'll throw this in. We'll just lightly saute this to bloom in the flavors. Add a bit of chicken stock. And then some beef stock. This is a stock that we use that we can slow cook our beef in, and as you'll notice, it's really quite clear. I used the top of the stock after it had cooled down, where it's clearer and not quite as rich, because we don't want it to be too rich for this and overpowering. And the rest of the stuff is the nice rich stuff that'll go into our Sir Guinness sauce. Okay, so now we're going to add the polenta to this. And I'm experimenting a little bit, so this is a bit of fine polenta. So I'll add some of this. As you can see, I'm following a recipe closely, i.e. making it up as I go along. And I'm also putting in some coarse polenta. So, just because I couldn't decide on which texture I wanted, so I kind of went for the middle. Stir all this in and let it just simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this into this container, this plastic container that I've just coated with a little bit of olive oil to help it not stick. Okay. And now we'll just let this cool, and then when it's chilled down, it'll be solid, and we'll be able to cut it up into pieces for the chips. Now this is spent actually 5 hours in the smoker. We're just going to cut this open And we're just going to dice this up to go on the pizza. So we're going to be cubes of this stuff. Look at that. That's just beautiful.